Hello Peachy fam, and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I will be talking about Tearaway calendars. So as you can see in front of me, I'm already kind of showing all of the calendars that I currently own. This past year, I definitely went all in with Tearaway calendars, and I love the functionality of them, and I loved just using them in various spreads. So I thought I would share a video walking through all of the ones that I used. So what Tearaway calendars are basically a desk calendar usually, and they are desk calendars that have a single sheet for each day, and you basically tear it off when the day is done or when the day is there, so that you can kind of track your days and things like that. I personally love putting the Tearaway calendars in my journals and planners, and they just really complete a journaling spread. I also love to put these in Happy Mail, so there's a lot of like unused sheets that I didn't use for that day, and I love to put it in some Happy Mail or collage for friends and things like that. So that's pretty much what a Tearaway calendar is, just literally like a desk calendar, and kind of helps you count down your days. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So I will first talk about this, and this is the Hemi Tearaway calendar. And what I love about this is that these are actually sticky notes. So this calendar comes not pre-folded like this. It literally just comes and you fold it, and you can like put it on your desk like this. But the cool thing about this is, so these are all sticky. So this theme in particular is memory, so it's kind of like photographs, but Himikuri has a bunch of different themes. So as you can see here, you kind of tear it like this, and this is like a sticky note, so or like a post-it note, and it does have a sticky top portion. So you can stick that on, or I usually add more glue because it's not super adhesive. It's just enough, but not enough for like journaling spreads and things like that. But yeah, so they have so many different themes and aesthetics and stuff like that. So I will also link all of these down below of where you can get these. The cool thing about the memory Himikuri is it came with this little booklet. And this booklet is basically a way, like, you can, if you're not using a journal or a planner like I am, and you're not using Himikuri for journaling spreads, you can actually just take these and then just put them in here and just kind of like count down the days, and it'll help you kind of, like just track the days and stuff like that. So I thought this was really fun. I was using it for like the ones that I didn't use and didn't include in my planners. So I think that's really cool. As you can see, like some of the weeks follow kind of a theme. And I really like that about this. It's just having one cohesive theme. Like look at this one with the strawberries. It's basically like making a strawberry syrup. And I love that about this particular theme and calendar. So I have absolutely nothing against the Himikuri. I actually absolutely loved using this for this past year, and I was I would say fairly consistent with using it. Didn't have too many missed days, but I will not be using it for next year, and I'll actually be using a different Himikuri. So the Himikuri that I will be using instead is this one, and this is called the Himikuri Free. This theme in particular is Trip, so it's still a Himikuri brand, but what's cool about this one is that they are undated. So as you can see for this one, they all have dates. Oh, by the way, this one went like Monday through Sunday, and it was cool because each stack was like the same day of the week. So what's cool about the Himikuri Free is that you don't have a date, and you basically fill in the date yourself. So this is kind of where you would do it. So for example, on this day, you would just include it like that. And this one, it's a very similar theme, I think, because it's kind of like photography. But again, it's like sticky. And the different thing about this one too, it's horizontal. So as you can see when you tear it up, it's a horizontal one instead. So I thought this would be fun to try out. Each of these little stacks has 20 sheets. So this is basically 60 days. And I think that's probably more than enough, just considering how many times I used this year. I think this is fine. I actually bought 2 of these. I misplaced the other one, so I have a total of 120. So I think that is should be plenty for all of my journaling spreads. So now moving on, let's move on to my Lunar ones. So I have two lunar ones, and I'll talk a little bit about this one first since it's kind of out of its place. So these are both the same brand. They are both SORA, and this one is kind of like a mini size. I think this one is, yeah, this one I'm not sure what the size is, but it fits right into an A6 really perfectly. So I use this for a lot of collage spreads. The reason why this is torn out is because I actually shared this with my friend Annie. So we just bought one calendar and we just split it in half, and I had the first half and she had the second half. So that's kind of the reason why it's just loose like this. But both of these calendars have the same type of paper, which is this like kind of very thin translucent paper, so you can see kind of the back. This top part is really smooth, and then it's textured on the back, so that's kind of cool. And it just has some Japanese writing. It has the date down here, the year, the day of the week, which is really cool. And I just love that this really just added a little something to all of my journaling spreads. And sometimes I would take this and I would literally just collage on it, put stickers on it, stamp on it, rub on stickers, things like that. And then I would just put this in Happy Mail or just put this in a journal spread for the week. And that honestly added so much because of the writing. I just loved how it looked on a journal. So this one was nice. I think I will say it I think because of the graphics here, it was a little bit more minimal. And I think it started getting like repetitive, and I'll show you this one in comparison and as to like kind of why I like that one more. But that's just one thing I will say about this. But I think sharing it with a friend is actually was a great idea, and it was a great choice, and I'm glad that I was able to do that. So this other SORA calendar is this one, and again, it is, like I said, it is on the same paper, so it's like this very thin, kind of almost rice papery, but it's not quite vellum. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's textured on the back and smooth on the front, and it's just so nice, and it's very it's very delicate, so it will like kind of tear really easily, but not too bad. So that's kind of how you tear it out like that. It does come with this top that you can kind of hang on the wall and things like that. So this, again, very similar in that it has the days of the week, the date, the year, and then some Japanese writing. The cool thing about this one, though, it has little quotes at the bottom, and I loved that about this. Which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, the moon phase calendars literally is the moon phase of that day. So, I mean, if that wasn't obvious, like I forgot to mention that if it wasn't clear. So what's nice about this one, it comes with graphics too. It comes with artwork, and I love that so much. Not every single day comes with artwork, but some do. So here are some examples, and then again, they all come with a different quote, which is really cool. And I even think that sometimes when there's like in history, when there was kind of a momentous occasion related to the moon, I think it was also noting that too. I think it was like some like satellite orbit or a spaceship landing or something like that was also included in some of these pages. Like, wow, look at this one. Yeah, so this is an example of what I was saying about some momentous occasions in history. So this is the day of the first satellite broadcast between Japan and the US, and that's really cool. And then it has this little graphic as well as the moon phase underneath. So what I like to do about this with this calendar is I actually like to cut out the moon itself, and I would just take this part and put it in my collage spreads and journal spreads, or I would gift it to people and things like that. Sometimes I would tear this out just because this sheet is just so big to put the whole thing in a planner, but I have done that as well. So here's one of the examples. So this was a Tearaway calendar from the SORA calendar, and literally like I just put the whole thing in and I just put tapes and stamps on top of it. And another example here, like look how cute this one is. Another example where I just kind of stacked. And this one I also used the Himi and put it on top as well. So those are the two moon calendars. Now moving on to this one, and this was kind of an impulse buy. This one is the Colors of Japan calendar, and I can't pronounce the name of the company or the art for this, but I will leave it down below in the description. And what's cool about this, it comes with this little stand that you just tuck over here and you can stand it up like that. So that's really, really nice. And just look how beautiful this is. So this one each day has a different like photograph and color. And I just think the colors are so vibrant. The artwork is just so nice. Oh, not artwork, but the photography quality is just so vivid and so nice. Like, look at this one with the purple sky and like the scenery. And I love that it has a mix of floral, landscape, scenery. It has like a lot of birds and like random objects like that. It has some food as well, I think. But mostly, I would say mostly landscape and mostly scenery. Is pretty much what it is. And I think it's like everything throughout Japan, and so that's really cool. And everything kind of correlates with this color. And then here at the top, this is the color itself in Japanese, and then it has the date here, and then I'm not sure what that means over there. But I had gotten this from Cute Things from Japan, and Cute Things from Japan, the owner was really nice, and they actually translated every single day in here with a color name, and I think it translated this as well. So that was really, really cool. And from the same creator as this calendar actually also comes the sky calendar, which I bought for this year. I bought it for my friend Christiana, but I believe it is the same creator as this one. So this one's kind of cool. This is 365 sky. So of course, as the name suggests, it's all pictures of the sky. So this I'm really excited to use. I really like how there's kind of like the white space at the bottom, so it almost looks like a Polaroid if I like trim it out and stuff like that. So this one's really nice. The size is also a little bit smaller, so I can definitely use this in smaller journal spreads and stuff like that. And then it has some Japanese writing here, which I unfortunately don't know what it says. The other difference about this calendar with all the other calendars is that this one doesn't have the actual date. This is literally just 365, so it'll count from day one to day 365. So that is interesting. So here, for example, it's day 31. Whoa, this one with the birds is day 79, and so on and so forth. So that's the thing about this. I will say that I think it could be maybe something that might not be for you if you are looking for a calendar that has the date itself. And this one again has a little stand on the back so you can stand it on your desk, which is really nice. So I'm excited to use this for next year. So that is all of the Tearaway calendars that I have in my possession right now. I definitely am a really, really big fan of Tearaway calendars, and I love using them. So I'm excited for, to explore new ones for next year. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any Tearaway calendar favorites that you use or like, or what's on your wish list and things like that. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.